Okay, let's get started, people. Stop the survivor. Hold on one second. Is it working? Hi, everybody. Jesse Stong here. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. If it's really bad video quality, I'm sorry. We're working on it. But thank you for coming. I'm not going to waste your time. We got 15 minutes together every Monday and Friday to try to do a writing activity. Thank you all for joining me. I'm not going to read the comments too much while we go, but I am going to come back to the comments after. But hello, everybody. I see some familiar faces. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to the activity. So I hope everyone's doing okay on their quarantine, their social isolation. So I think that storytelling is very important, and that's why I wanted to do this workshop. I think that the stories we tell and how we tell them says a lot about our identity. I won't be too preachy or anything like that. Oh, people say I look hot, which is good. But I will say that life block is writer's block. It's the same thing. Your life is your story, and what blocks you in life is the same thing that blocks you in your stories. And I've worked with hundreds of writers, new, emerging, and established. And what I've learned as I've gone is often it's the same issues in life as it is with your writing. There's usually two things that are going on. Either you're looking too far ahead, you're trying to finish the story, you're trying to wrap it up, you're trying to get past, and you're not in the moment of the writing where all the details are, where all the important showing, not telling happens. So you're either trying to wrap it up and get to the end of your story, trying to figure it all out, being too mental, not enough emotion, or you're looking at a blank page and you're thinking, where do I even start? And I find that that's true for almost every writer. They either have an issue with like, where do I start? Or they're rushing through it and trying to get past it. So a lot of the work that we're going to do in these workshops is try to stay in the moment, try to dive into your writing, and try to make your writing a little more personal, a little more detailed, a little more of the meat and potatoes that's going to make a good story. I just want to say really quickly before we start the activity, oh, my charity link is gone. That sucks. Hold on one second. I tried to bring it back. But we're doing everything. The reason I wanted to do this was also to highlight some charities that are happening. When's happening? Oh, it's coming. There we go. So support your local drag queens. This is at Indiegogo that I'm sharing today. They've raised almost $9,000, but drag queens matter. Montreal drag queens need your support. They can't all just do cam play. They need some money. They need some support. So go to this Indiegogo. Okay, let's get started. Everybody needs a pen and paper. Hey, let's see. Hold on. I have a fly cam. Oh, my cat is missing. Oh, maybe we'll find him later. Okay, back to work. Is everyone ready? So get your pen and paper. I really hope you use a pen and paper. Hi, Alice. How are you? I love you, Alice. I miss you. I really hope that you guys use a pen and paper and not typing unless it's a disability-related thing. Because the pen and paper, it's about your connection from your heart to your hand. It's about changing the mode that you write. And also it gets you out of that editing mode. A big thing I teach is separating the functions, separating the editor from the writer. And when you're data dumping, when you're writing, you should not be editing and trying to make it perfect. And often when we type, that's what we do. We finish the draft instead of doing the writing. So get a pen and paper, get a book that you like. I always suggest, I have my butterfly book. Very lovely. And so what we're going to do first is a 3-minute writing activity. It's my initial activity that I always do with people. So if you've done a workshop with me, you've done it before. But it's one that I return to time and time again. You can never get enough of it. It's a data dump activity. Hold on. Someone asked for the fly cam. Is he back? No, he's not back yet. We'll get there. So the data dumping activity is about connecting you to the work that you do, putting you into the work that you do. And I'm going to explain it as we go, but I want you to just trust me and do the work. So we're going to do 3 minutes of writing with each other, okay? Don't start until I say go. That's very important. I want to tell you all the rules first. The first rule is very important, is that you are going to be writing about something that you experienced, your own personal, actual life story. And it's not going to be necessarily what you end up writing about, but it's the starting point to get the emotions that you're going to write about. So if you already have a play you're working on, I want you to start thinking about what are some of the themes from that play. Try to write down 1 or 2 themes. And if you have no idea what you're writing about, that's great. You're in a good spot. So for the people who have an idea of what they're writing about already, think about your themes. Pick one theme that seems really strong. Maybe it's family, betrayal, quarantine, isolation. Maybe it's racism, sexism, feminism. I don't know. Pick your one theme. And for everyone else, just get a blank page. And so what I want you to do is I want you to think of 3 times in your life. We're talking about change today. Every story needs change. If nothing changes, nothing happens, right? So I want you to think of 3 times in your life, if someone was writing a book about you, I want you to think of 3 times in your life where there were 3 moments of change, major moments of change. Times in your life where, in a moment, everything changed, where a tornado came and Dorothy went from black and white to color. In a moment where your whole life changed. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Just write down 3 bullet points. That time I got into school, that fight I had with my friend, the time I almost died, the time I was sick, the time I was healthy, the promotion I got, whatever. If someone's writing a book about you, what are 3 moments of change that affected your life? If you're somebody who's using a theme already, I want you to think about 3 times that theme affected your life. So if the theme is racism, 3 times you saw something or heard something or felt something that changed the way you experience racism. I'm going to give everyone 1 minute, just bullet points, 3 things that changed your life, 3 moments. You can probably think of 150 because you're all here and none of you are little babies in diapers, unless you are. Okay, I'm giving you 30 more seconds. 3 times in your life where in a moment everything changed. Or 3 times in your life where the theme of your story changed your life. You have 10 more seconds. I'm going to sip my Cape Breton cup. So, I want you to circle one of them that you feel strongest about. The one moment in your life that you feel it was a big change, it makes sense, I want to explore that today. Circle 1. I said 3 because it's a trick. When you say pick 1, people go, I can't think of any. But when you say 3, they can. Let's see the fly cam while you pick your 1. Circle it. Oh, he's back, everybody. Oh, he's such a cutie. The first day I met Fly was a really changing day in my life. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to write for 3 minutes nonstop. And don't start writing till I say go. I mean it. Listen to the rules. These 3 minutes are going to be just data dumping. You're taking that moment in your life, that one moment of change that you circled. I hope everyone has one. And you're going to just write everything you can remember connected to that memory. There's a few rules. Don't start yet. You're going to have to write in first person. It's not I was 10 years old. I did do that. No, it's I am 10 years old. I'm here right now. It's happening. I'm reliving this moment in my life. It's also important that you're not writing a story. It's not once upon a time, blah, blah, blah. No one's going to read it but you. You don't need full sentences. You don't need to do anything. You can write as messy and as fast as you can. In fact, I want you to write fast because it's an exercise. And when I say writing exercises, I want you sweating by the end of these exercises. So I want you to really focus, just the way Fly is zoned in and focused. I want you to try for 3 minutes nonstop, recreating this memory. Who was there? What do you smell? What do you see? What do you feel? Any words related to the memory? Any sounds related to the memory? If you're in the middle of an idea, just stop halfway and go on to the next idea. This is messy. You're trying to fill your page. I'm going to start the timer. First person. It's happening right now. Every detail. It's not a story. And most importantly, if you run out of words, it's the blah, blah, blah rule. Just keep writing blah, blah, blah till the next word comes. If you write blah, blah, blah for 3 minutes, I'm going to be happy. It means you did the work. But if your pen stops, if you're looking up and thinking, if you're erasing and editing, you're not getting it. It's a data dump. Just go. Okay, so I'm going to time you 3 minutes. Every single memory. Don't mute your thing because I'm going to tell you a few tips as you go. Ready? 3 minutes, recreating that memory. Don't let your pencil stop moving. You want to write so fast that you forget what you're writing, that you surprise yourself. On your marks, get set, and go. 3 minutes. Write faster, get messy. You don't need full sentences. Every detail. Who was there? What time of day is it? Night? Day? What do you smell? What do you see? What colors? Just write blah, blah, blah till the next word comes. You're halfway there. Go even faster. Don't think. Just write. Any words related. Words, words, words. Last minute, go even faster. Double speed. Write so fast, you surprise yourself. Every word you can think of. "30 seconds. Come on, go, go, go." What are your last words? You can repeat something if you already wrote it. Write it again. 10, 9, 8. Okay, put your pencils down, put your pens down. You can come back another time. Don't worry, you can do this over and over again. So you've just recreated a moment in your life. You've just put your pencils down. Mika, I know you're still writing. I know how you are. You just recreated a moment in your life, and sometimes it's all in the details. We think we remember something, but when we stop and really send electricity to that neuron, we remember so much more details, right? So while the emotion is fresh, I want you to take a blank part of your paper. Don't think, don't say anything. Just write this down for me. Hold on. I want you to write down. I was ... Alex, just write it down. I was ... I learned ... I am ... I was, I learned, I am. Okay? Write that down. I was, I learned, I am. Now I want you to think about what you just wrote, and I want you to answer this in less than a minute emotionally. The emotional power statements of I was, I learned, I am. This moment in your life, it changed you. If it didn't change you, you wouldn't have remembered it. When I first did this activity, I'll tell you really quick, I know I'm over time, but when I first did this activity, I got in a car accident, I got hit by drunk drivers, and I got my head split open. I got 22 staple stitches and a fractured skull, and I was angry about it, and I couldn't write about it, and that was my go-to thing. I would write to get things out of me. I was just so mad, I couldn't write about it. I had a teacher tell me to do this activity, and my power statements after I did the free writing was, I was living in fast motion. I learned life is short. I am more present. That was what I came up with. And then through that, I was able to create characters out of those emotions I didn't write a play about drunk drivers. I didn't say I was driving up Highway 407 on Christmas Eve. I said I was living in fast motion. I learned life is short. I am more present. That's what happened in that moment. So I want you to answer those power statements for me. You were something before that moment happened to you. I was lonely. I was scared. I was sad. I was confused. Maybe I was happy. I was excited. I was innocent. You learned something in that moment. I learned life is short. I learned how to trust people. I learned don't trust nobody, right? Like whatever you learned, and then you are something different because of that. I am more engaged. I am more confused than ever. It could be counterintuitive or anti-thesis too. So I want to give you 1 minute to try to answer those questions emotionally. Don't worry about answering I was 12 and I put my hamster in the sink. It's like, no, I was 12 and I learned about life. I was 12 and I learned about preciousness, right? Or whatever, or mistakes if you put your hamster in a sink. So I want you to answer that. And if you feel like you're done early, just type it into the comments for me so I can comment on it. But I'm going to give everyone 1 quiet minute. Think emotionally. Don't overthink it. Trust your instincts. Answer those power statements. I was, I learned, I am. We'll go to the fly cam while you get 1 minute. Oh, he's so cute. I was confused. I was scared. I was friendly. I was smart. I was stupid. I learned patience. I learned deceit. I learned isolation. I'm still confused. Here, Josh has an example here. I was smaller. I learned I have a big family. I am finding my own voice. So this is great. This is your emotional expertise, okay? So what I'm going to leave you with is these power statements. Write from these power statements today. Make a character who was smaller. Exaggerate that character. Make a character who's learning how to have a big family. It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be biographical. It's putting your own emotion into the character, into the ideas. Here, Christina's got one. I was timid. That's great too, and it's better than like I was shy. It's like timid is so specific, right? You could write timid better than anybody else because you've experienced it. I learned about what I want. It's good. And people love stories where like Erin Brockovich gets what she wants. I am finding my own path. That's great. And it's an inconclusive character. It's not like I found my own path. I'm still searching. I'm still finding. So look at your three things and try to find the contradiction in them. Try to find the emotion in them. I love things that don't make a lot of sense. Like I was lonely. I learned loneliness is okay, rather than like I learned friends or I learned whatever. Try to find the ones that are interesting, that are conflicting, things that you know and you understand that other people don't know. And try to make sure when you're writing a character who is naive, Kenny says I was naive, well, write a character who's super naive. Go back to your head, back to your place before when you were naive and like really recreate that emotion for yourself. A big thing about writing is the iceberg, right? You've heard it, it's so cliche, but 90% of good writing doesn't get seen. It's the 10% at the top that we see. So it's work like this that helps you discover what are my connections to this? What do I have in my own history that I can bring into this story? So I'm going to stop talking. I want to leave you with that today. I want to remind you 5 minutes a day goes a long way, and it'll be the people who get up and write for 5 minutes every morning that end up with a book at the end of this isolation thing. So I really want you to think about that rather than sitting down for a whole weekend and telling yourself, I'll write that whole thing when I have 48 hours and a pack of cigarettes, right? Like, it's better to probably just spend 5 minutes a day slowly building, staying in the work, building the discipline, right? I see a lot of good power statements here. I wish I could read them all. Even something like I was throwing dinner parties. I see that by Johnny Walker. It's like get more general even. It's like I was a host. I was generous. I was creating a circle, right? Try to think more emotionally, right? I was in denial. I learned we're all going to die, hopefully not today. I'm more aware and basking in the fear. So there's a contradiction there, right? It's like part of you is more aware, but part of you still has the fear. Take that tension, play with it, right? I would love for you guys to email me, or even better, this video is going to be up in like 5 minutes on Facebook. So put your comments and what you got from this activity into it. Please, 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 please share the video. And more importantly, please give to the charity of the day. Support your drags. Just look up Montreal Support Your Drags. Everyone say bye to Fly. Let's see how he's doing. Where is he? Oh, he's so cute. I want to thank you all very much. I'm going to stay on the comments for 10 more minutes to talk to people. Did I forget anything? Oh, I want to thank Mark so much from Playwrights Workshop Montreal for all the support. It was really amazing getting this all set up. I'm not a technical person. I have no clue what I'm doing here. I hope this all worked out. I know I went over time and I won't do that next time. Get a new book, a fresh book, a book that's pretty, a book that makes you want to write. And just set a timer, turn off your phone. 5 minutes a day goes a long way. Thank you all very much. And I will see you all very soon. Bye. Oh, wait, I have an end screen too. Let me show it to you. Bye.